I'm Nora Hart, and here's the latest news update from Fox 12. The Clark County Medical Examiner says Vancouver police officer Donald Sahoda died from gunshot wounds to his stomach. According to court papers, Officer Sahoda was shot and killed outside his own home after a Clark County deputy mistook him for a robbery suspect. Investigators say it was a chaotic series of events that started with an armed robbery at a Vancouver gas station Saturday night. So far, the suspect has been charged with attempted murder and robbery, among other charges. Pfizer is seeking emergency use authorization from the FDA for a COVID-19 vaccine for children between 6 months old and 5 years old. The FDA Advisory Committee is expected to take a look at the data February 15th. If they grant authorization, shots could be delivered by early March. Now here's Fox 12's Drew Reeves.
Expect kind of a blah day tomorrow. Temperatures into the mid-30s to start the day. We've got really light showers possible on and off through the afternoon, and our high tomorrow only going to be 42 degrees. It's going to be pretty gray through the day, staying cloudy as we head into the evening as well, but really mild temperatures tomorrow night into the low 40s.
Okay, Drew, thank you. For news and weather updates anytime, you can download our app or check out our YouTube channel. The Winter Olympics opening ceremony takes place on Friday. Today, the FBI issued a stern warning, though, about cybersecurity. The Bureau is urging U.S. athletes to use burner phones in Beijing and leave all personal electronics at home. In a new notice, the FBI warns of ransomware, data theft, and tracking tools installed on mobile devices. Cyber experts are worried about the threat of Chinese cyber espionage.
The Chinese government steals staggering volumes of information and causes deep, job-destroying damage across a wide range of industries. We're constantly opening new cases to counter their intelligence operations.
According to the FBI, there were more than 450 million attempted cyber-related incidents at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, but there were no major cyber disruptions.
The Winter Olympics is a tradition that dates back nearly a century, but now the future of this event is a bit uncertain. Some experts say climate change is threatening the Winter Games. For Fox 12, Kevin Cork has more on the growing challenge of finding host cities.
The Winter Olympics happen every 4 years, but thanks to climate change, the future of these historic games is getting unpredictable, as officials say the warming planet is making it harder to find suitable cities to host the events.
It makes me sad that we need so much man-made snow to sustain winter sports.
A possible host city doesn't need to have snow, but it does need to be cold enough for man-made snow to stick. But even that's becoming more of a challenge, with NASA and NOAA ranking the last 8 years as the hottest on record.
We need those really cold temperatures for them to be able to blow the snow. Those temperatures are coming later and later in the year.
If the world continues on this path, by 2050, climate experts say about half of the 19 previous Winter Olympic locations will be inadequate to ever host the Games again.
In the Sochi Games, the half-pipe was melting while we were competing on it. They were spraying some chemicals on it to try to get it to stay in shape.
And athletes also say climate change is altering the sites they use as training grounds for the Games.
South America, where we used to train every summer, like August, September, they've had no snow for several years in a row, like none.
But there is some hope. The International Olympic Committee is mandating any future host city be climate positive, removing more carbon dioxide from the atmosphere than it emits. And this year's Beijing Olympics are expected to be climate neutral, with officials saying all the venues will be powered by renewable energy. I'm Kevin Cork, Fox News.
It's official, Tom Brady is retiring. The NFL quarterback made the announcement on social media today. He is ending his football career after 22 years in the NFL at the age of 44. The three-time MVP has set records for the most touchdowns and playoff wins over his career, many of which may never be broken. Brady won 7 Super Bowl titles, 6 with the New England Patriots and 1 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meantime, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell released a statement on Brady's retirement. He said Tom Brady will be remembered as one of the greatest to ever play in the NFL. Goodell also said Tom made everyone around him better and always seemed to rise to the occasion in the biggest moments. New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft also released a statement. He said in part, quote, "Words cannot describe the feelings I have for Tom Brady, nor adequately express the gratitude my family, the New England Patriots, and our fans have for Tom for all he did during his career."
Ticket prices for this year's Super Bowl are the most expensive ever. SeatGeek says that the average price customers are paying for tickets as of Monday was more than $10,400. That's just for one ticket there, Nora. Got to save our money if we're going to go, right? The cheapest seats, and we use cheap loosely, they're being sold for about $7,000. The Rams and Bengals will face off at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. A ticket to last year's Super Bowl, held in Tampa, Florida, averaged $8,600 on SeatGeek.
Wow.
Wow, you know.
Spendy.
Down payment for a house, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Pretty expensive.
I'm just excited about the food I'm going to eat as I watch the commercials.
There you go.
Yes.
Well, you know, it is kind of a cultural event. Everybody enjoys it for a different reason, right?
Exactly. It brings people together.
Yeah. Are
And
you
HGTV, right? You can. It's like being there.
Yeah, exactly. If you get a big enough TV, you're there. Do you eat hot wings for the Super Bowl? Because I know it's one of the biggest days for that.
Definitely.
Yep, absolutely, and ranch.
43 degrees right now in Vancouver on our Mary Hill tasting room and bistro camera. Very cloudy night out there. We're seeing really kind of isolated showers in a couple spots here in the valleys, but really not much wet weather out there. Taking a look in Newport on our Discover Newport camera, 41 degrees. Pretty light winds out along the coast. Our weather headlines tomorrow: going to be gray all day. Just a few light showers at times, but not terribly wet, just really kind of gray and drippy. And then as we get into Thursday, we'll see some early showers, but then we dry out for the rest of the day until we hit about Friday. And for the first week of February, it really is more dry than wet, and we'll see temperatures warming up as we get into the weekend. And it looks like beyond that, they're going to be staying a little bit warmer, at least into the 50s for a little while. So tomorrow morning, just expect a shower is possible. We don't really have any freezing. It's going to be really cloudy overnight into tomorrow morning. Temperatures should be a little bit warmer, and we're just going to be really gray and cloudy like that to start the day, as we were saying. Along the coast tomorrow, expect just a few scattered showers. It is going to be cloudy, temperatures into the mid to upper 40s. Here, we're going to be fairly cool in the valleys, 42 degrees for the high here in Portland. Again, just a gray day and a few showers, winds fairly light, only 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the southeast. Into the Columbia Gorge, could see some light mixed showers. Again, not a lot of precipitation here. Hood River, a high of about 38 degrees, 40 degrees at Cascade Locks and the Dalles. That wind out of the east, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mount Hood, we continue to see a few snow showers, only 1 to 4 inches of new snow, but going to continue to see some snow and ice on the roads, but could start to melt as we get temperatures right around freezing at Government Camp. Temperatures into the 20s on the mountain. And then into eastern Oregon, mostly cloudy, but it looks like into kind of the late afternoon and evening, we could start to see some scattered snow showers around the region. Temperatures into the 30s. Baker City going to top out only at 29 degrees. Central Oregon, temperatures into the low to mid 40s. But tomorrow, it is not umbrella-worthy precipitation that we're seeing. It's just really light showers that are going to come and go throughout the day. So don't expect a big soaker of a day by any means or anything like that. Again, 42 degrees is going to be the high tomorrow. That's the coolest in our 7-day forecast. We get a little bit warmer for Thursday and Friday with temperatures into the mid 40s. We get those showers early on Thursday, but then dry for the rest of the day. And then into Friday, kind of afternoon and evening, really light scattered showers once again. And then we're drying out as we get into the weekend. We'll get
You're watching the 6 o'clock news. First, live, local.
You got to see this. Religious services have arrived in the metaverse. No kidding.
Yeah, people can now use virtual reality headsets to attend church. For Fox 12, Jackie Ibanez has more on the rise of digital worship.
I believe the future of the church is the metaverse.
A growing number of people are turning to the metaverse for their religious services as folks pop on virtual reality headsets and partake in digital church.
Let me have someone read verses 19 through 21.
But just because it's virtual doesn't mean it's less interactive than going to a physical house of worship. If anything, VR church participants say it enhances their religious experience.
I was able to see a rendering of the verse I was reading, which made scripture much more meaningful for me.
And it's so much more than scripture readings. Baptisms are also taking place in the metaverse.
The rebirth that you got through Jesus Christ. Do you want this?
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
Yes, I baptize you now.
But this kind of worshiping isn't just for the tech savvy. Founders say it's helping enhance the lives of people who can't physically attend a church. People like Alina Delp, who was diagnosed with a chronic illness that's confined her to her home.
Suddenly you're empowered again. Suddenly you matter again. Suddenly you're human again.
But can church services originally intended to be done in person really be accomplished online? Some aren't so sure.
Jesus says, when 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there. And Christian theologians have not yet grappled with what that means when they're gathered in digital spaces.
Supporters of metaverse worship say it's people, not a physical building, that embodies a church. Jackie Ibanez, Fox News.
Today marks the start of the Lunar New Year, and the Portland Chinese Garden celebrated with a traditional lion dance. Those may be lions, but they're actually helping to celebrate the year of the tiger. The Lunar New Year is celebrated in several Asian countries, including Japan, Vietnam, and South Korea. During the holiday, people generally feast and spend time with family. If you can't make it today, the garden will be celebrating the Lunar New Year until the 15th with different cultural events. By the way, the Keller Auditorium and Washington Square Mall are also bringing back their annual celebrations. We have a link to these activities at kptv.com in the As Seen On section.
Very cool. Today is the first day of Black History Month, and there's a push to honor some historic landmarks in Portland. U.S. Representative Earl Blumenauer is showing his support for several sites to be listed in the National Register of Historic Places. Among them is Dean's Beauty Salon and Barber Shop on Northeast Hancock. It's the city's oldest continuously operating Black-owned business. Also on the list, Golden West Hotel, the first hotel in Portland to accommodate Black patrons. And then there's also Mount Olivet Baptist Church, the home of one of Oregon's oldest Black congregations. The nomination for these sites was officially submitted to the National Park Service last month.
Tickets to the Trailblazers' annual celebration of Black History Month are now available. The night will be filled with all sorts of events, including a pregame concert, and you can watch Rip City fans cheer on the team as they play the Knicks. It's happening February 12th, starting at 2.
And Portland Community College is hosting its 32nd annual Cascade Festival of African Films. The event is virtual this year with a few in-person screenings. It is free and open to the public. The festival will kick off this Friday and runs through March 5th. If you'd like a full list of movies, we have that on our website at kptv.com.
All right, let's wrap things up with one last look at that 7-day forecast, Drew.
Yeah, expect a gray day tomorrow, and it's going to be a cool one as well. 42 degrees for our high. Just a few showers through the day. Not terribly wet. We'll see some of those linger into Thursday morning as well, but then we'll get a little bit more sunshine, partly cloudy skies as we head into the evening. 46 degrees for the high both Thursday and Friday. Friday getting just some scattered showers as well, and then we'll dry out for the weekend. Some sunshine there, and beyond that, temperatures will stay into the 50s. Just a little wet weather on Monday.
Drew, thank you so much, and thank you for joining us this evening.
You can watch our newscast